In this lesson, we'll cover adding dimensions to our views. So let's add a few dimensions to this section view. Let's first zoom in to floor 1. To add a dimension, let's go to the Annotate tab on your ribbon. Once on the Annotate tab, I'm going to use the Align dimension. Once clicked on the Align dimension, simply select two entities you want to dimension to and from. For example, I'm going to click the entry-level floor line, and then I'm going to go up and select the base of the beam above. After I select that, I can move my mouse to wherever I want to place the dimension, left-click, and that dimension is placed. Let's say I want a dimension to the center of each of these vertical columns. I'm still in the Dimension command, so I can select the center of one column, select the center of another column, and again, I can move the dimension to where I want to place it and left-click to place it. Let's add one more dimension. I'm going to dimension to the left side of this structural framing element all the way to the very leftmost side of its extent. Then move your mouse to it's aligned with the other dimension. It'll snap to it and left-click to place it. To exit out of the Dimension command, simply click Modify in the upper left. Now, if you want to modify the dimension itself, for example, the 1820 dimension in the middle, go ahead and select the dimension, and now you see three grip handles. The grip handle, or the dot over the 1820, will allow you to move the text to a new position, somewhere along the dimension line preferably, or you could move it away from the dimension line. The grip handles on the arrows will allow you to reposition this or dimension to something else if you selected the wrong element to dimension. The padlock will actually let you lock this dimension and constrain it in its current position. If you happen to double-click the text of the dimension, it'll open up the text editor for the dimension, and you can see the actual value is a calculated value. You can also add a prefix, a suffix, something above or below this specific dimension. If you wanted, you could replace this dimension text, but I technically would not do that. You want to keep this correct and accurate in your design, therefore your design should be accurate on how you drew it. Go ahead and click OK. And to deselect the dimension, simply select in the background to deselect. So as a review, in this lesson, we looked at adding dimensions. We used the Align dimension to create a linear dimension between two surfaces, or two entities we selected. We also selected multiple entities to create additional dimensions and align them with previous dimensions. Lastly, we selected a dimension to modify the dimension, where we can move the dimension text, move the arrows of the dimension, and if you double-click the dimension text, you can update the dimension text itself. The dimension text, arrowhead, and arrowhead sizes are all controlled by the view scale. Increasing or decreasing the view scale will size the text and the arrowheads appropriately when placed on your sheet.